tell us about your character, the role that you play in.
I play Davis. I play Allie's father, and he's a musician, and he's not really in her life a lot. So there's the absentee father aspect of it. Davis is a complicated character. He is, he's a young man living out his dreams, as we all know when it comes to being an artist, being a musician. You make your money, you make your living on the road, and you can talk to so many artists, so many musicians, especially, starting out, how much they missed of their kids' upbringing because they had to be, gigging, touring.
Talk about it.
We know this life, what I'm saying? And we see that and we see the effect that it has on this 17-year-old daughter not having that male figure, that father figure in the home, and how she has to navigate that and what that looks like for her, what that looks like for the mom not having the dad there and having to bear this all on her own. But yep, I get to perform two of the mega hits of Alicia Keys, more well-known, Fallen and If I Ain't Got You. But all the songs have been reimagined for the show. So they're not like the radio single, what you would know the song to be. They've all been kind of like deconstructed, put back together, and made into this new arrangement, if you will. Right. Enough of it to where you're like, oh yeah, he's singing Fall, and then you're like, oh wait, they did a new, so it's super cool. It's super cool, yeah.
So talk to me about Desmond. Let's go back down to your other character, which is your main character. So as you look at this stage in front of us right here, I want you to take us back to Little Rock, Arkansas. The Desmond of 30 years ago.
30 years.
Did he see this stage in his future?
Oh, for sure.
So what is that version of Desmond Sean Ellington? What would he think if he was able to look into the future and see what you're living out right now? What do you think you would say to him if he was discouraged, or if he was still, thinking, how am I going to get from Little Rock to the Broward Performing Arts Center? This is your second time on this stage, second production that you've actually performed on this stage. What would you say to that young man and to those that watch Musically Hits that are, they're on their way? Let's just say that, they're on their way.
That's the thing. You're on your way. You know what I'm saying? That you're on your way. I think, any journey that, I'm talking about your physical journey. You're getting in a car and you are driving from point A to point B. You're not going to get to point B like that. You know what I'm saying? We were just talking about living in Atlanta and having to drive the distance so far to get to,
Right. And the distance is not really that far.
Right, and you even look on like the GPS, and it'll be like 7 miles. You'll be like, that's not bad, but it'll be like 52 minutes to get 7 miles. But you have traffic, you have, different things that you have to get through,
navigate, exactly,
to get to that destination. So I look at it like that. I look at it like getting in your car and you're like, I'm about to drive from LA to New York. You know what I'm saying? That's a long ride. That's a long journey. And the first thing you got to do is get in the car.
Wow.
You can have the car, you can have your bags packed, you can have the things that you need. And I always say everything that we need, we have, whether it's in us, whether it's around us, we have all the things. I believe that's what God has given all of us, are the things that we need to get there. We just got to get in the car. I knew I was going to be doing this. How and it was going to come to fruition, of course, that was beyond me. But I've known I was going to do this since I was very, very young. That was always very clear to me. So on my journey of getting here, I had to go through different chapters and phases and versions of this. Starting out singing in church. I was on a stage every Sunday, in front of an audience every Sunday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's where it began. That's where I started honing those musical gifts. And then that turned into, now I'm singing in like a choir or singing in singing groups, church groups. We're going to put a group together. We're going to sing,
Yeah.
And now I'm learning to sing with other people and harmonize and blend. And that turned into singing background, singing. And now now I'm getting paid to do it. First, we was just going from church to church, city to city,
of course.
singing in the group or whatever. Now I'm getting paid to sing and background for different artists, and now I'm traveling, now I'm touring, singing with artists that I listened to their music growing up and watched their videos.
These are legendary artists.
Yes, you know what I'm saying?
Hall of Fame, exactly.
And then that turns into, hey, you have a nice voice. There's the Christmas, they're doing a Christmas show at the local theater. You should go audition. They're looking for ensemble singers. Oh, okay, sure. So everything just kind of, led into another thing, on this journey to, getting here. And so, yeah, that's what I would say. Like, keep going. Keep going. You know where you're going. Again, like I said, we're going from LA to New York. So I know the destination.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you get in the car, you know where you're going. It's gonna take you time. You're gonna have to rest. You're gonna have to pull over and stay and take a night up at the sleep inn on the side of the road. You're gonna have to stop and get some gas, get some snacks. You know what I mean? These are stops that you have to make.
They're gonna be stops along the way. Detours even.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. There might be construction on I-40. So you might have to go down and get on 55 for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
but the destination did not change just because of the detour. It's an alternative.
Talk about it. That'll preach.
Yes.
The destination did not change. You know what I'm saying? And before you know it, you'll start seeing that Manhattan skyline in the distance. You're like, oh, I'm almost there. And you'll look up and you're there. So, yeah.
You've been hits to music for quite some time, like you
All
said.
my life.
It's taken you from the church choir stand to the Broward Performing Arts Center.
Yeah, man.
A stage that most may never grace, but like you said, it's very possible. You have to get in the car, you have to go.
Yeah.
And without that courage, that willingness to take a chance.
Yep. And you're gonna have to go by yourself. Because your journey to New York, everybody ain't gonna be able to make it to New York with you.
Say that again.
They might have to get out at Albuquerque. They might have to, or you might pick somebody up on, in Oklahoma. You might, you know what I mean? So it's just, but you gotta make the journey alone, and that's the scary part that that hinders a lot of people. I think, fear is, in so many ways can hinder a journey. But once you put that fear aside and realize, like, oh, this is what I was scared of? This? Oh, I should have did this years ago.
On the other side of fear.
Yeah. You realize how small fear really is, and you like, this is what has kept me, stuck or here or not wanting to get in the car or whatever. So yeah, got to make the journey, even if you have to do it alone, and you will. But you will have help. You will have help. That is the truth.